Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for my fellow Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is a reading for the full moon in Leo happening on February 9th until March 9th when we have the full moon in Virgo. This full moon in Leo, just for a little background information, is especially good for Aries, Geminis, Leos, Librans, Sagittarians, and Aquarians. But it might be a little bit more challenging for everyone else. So check and see where you guys have those placements in your chart. The energy is bright and proud, but maybe a little bit too proud. And there's some questions that at this time we should be asking ourselves. Have I been too self-centered and egotistical? Have I been treating people around me like minions? Have I been arrogant, vain, pushy, or pompous in any areas of my life? Have I been expressing myself creatively enough? And have I shown myself enough self-love? Okay. The Leo full moon is a great time to get back in touch with our humility. And it's a really nice time to find balance between what your friends need and then what you need, what your family needs and what you need, what your job needs and what you need. So really finding that balance. Okay, it's a time to forgive yourself and to forgive others. And it's also a great time to practice gratitude. Okay, and show gratitude for everything that you do have. Now, the full moon is a time to release as well. Release the things that are no longer serving you. So let's go ahead and get into this reading without further ado. And I'm just going to ask that while I'm doing this, you give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. And I just want to thank you guys all for showing me so much love and support on this channel. You guys are the best. You guys are always my highest listeners. And I'm just so grateful. And sometimes I'm speechless with how much Cancers show their love and support. Okay, so I love you. Thank you. You guys are the best. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. As you guys know, my sun is in Cancer. So this reading is just as much for me as it is for you. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to ask Spirit, Angels, Ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and Spirit Guides, what messages do you have for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon in Leo? What messages do you have for Cancer? Whoops, doesn't want to shuffle, or they're ready. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon in Leo. What messages do you have for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Two of Pentacles. Okay. Cancer, your overall energy here is the Three of Swords. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. This is sadness. This is disappointment. This is heartbreak. Could be learning that you're a part of a three-party situation. Remember, that doesn't always have to be another person. It could be if you're in a relationship, anything that's taking away from that relationship, a hobby, a job, what have you. It could also reflect, past disappointments and hurts. Remember, the 3 is the original trine. So what you learned about relationships from your parents, anything that happened in your childhood that still needs to be dealt with. Remember that we have Mercury in retrograde coming up in the middle of February. So it's going to be a time of second chances. And I always look at Mercury retrograde as a blessing. We're going to hear a lot of doom and gloom about Mercury retrograde, and it's happening in Pisces. Okay, so it's going to be quite emotional, but and Pisces is our sister sign. So we're going to be quite comfortable with that. Healing and clearing things that we thought we had dealt with, but maybe we hadn't. Okay, or there may be people coming back into our lives, or we might be triggered again to feel this. Feel this jealousy, feel this sadness and the sense of betrayal. But it's going to be so important. We're already moving through 2020. It seems like so quickly to heal this and clear this. Underneath that, we have a 5 of Pentacles. It's a sense of feeling left out, feeling ignored, feeling betrayed, feeling a sense of lack, whether that's with resources, whether that's in love, okay, whether that's on your spiritual journey, but not feeling fulfilled, right? And feeling alone. Oftentimes this person is with somebody else in the other decks, but this card, this person is very much alone. The Page of Cups, this is somebody maybe needs to give you an apology, or Cancer, maybe you need to offer somebody else an apology. Somebody may have been offering you something that you thought had a lot of potential, or that was in the sector of love, but it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Okay, it could be just something, you know, a person that you love or a job that you love. Okay, but whatever they were offering to you wasn't what it wasn't honest, and it wasn't coming from a place of love and honesty. Underneath that, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the need to do work that's fulfilling, the need to put one foot in front of the other, no matter what. If you're experiencing delays and frustrations, you know, that you really pay attention to all of the details. And underneath that, we do have the Lovers. I love this. This is Gemini energy, but this is all about a relationship, a very, very important relationship that either you were dealing with in the past, that you will be dealing with. It's the card of making a choice. Okay, but it's also about the importance of this unity and balance in your life. Okay, for some of you, you will be dealing with a relationship where there was a third-party situation or a sense of betrayal, sadness, or disappointment. Okay, but that's not going to be for all of us. Now, Cancer, where you are right now in your life is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Two of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, which you may have in your chart, or you may be exhibiting these qualities. Remember, earth signs are very steady. They're very organized. They're always willing to go the distance no matter what. The Two of Pentacles is all about juggling. But when it's in the reverse, it's like making a decision, deciding that you're no longer going to juggle two people, or you're no longer going to be a part of a third-party situation where you take the back seat, okay, or where you're second best. We deserve to be number one in everything that we do. Now, when I say that, it's not, an air of being pompous that I always deserve to be number one. But when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, you need to love yourself enough and up that self-worth to be like, you know what? Unless it's an agreement and it works for you, but, to be the other woman or to be the other man, or, is oftentimes accepting or telling ourselves that I'm not enough, right? And that needs to come to an end. The Two of Pentacles could also be with work. You might be doing too much. These two pentacles have gotten heavy. It's time to drop one of these. It's time to focus, Cancer. Okay, it's time to focus your energy on just one thing. Maybe it's time to turn your side hustle into your career, okay, or what supports you and your family. Or maybe it's time to let go of your side hustle and focus on your career or on a singular path of study, okay? The way that you're projecting yourselves to the world, Seven of Pentacles, more Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Seven of Pentacles is all about harvest. It's all about investment of time, energy, love. And this woman, she's very happy. She's checking on her investments, and she's sort of being able to step away. She might have been able to take one of these coins. No, they're all up there. But she can take one and put it in her basket, taste it, check it, see how it's going. But she's also gotten it to the point where she can step away from it. People are seeing you as this in the reverse, right? People are seeing you as maybe not following through on a project, not investing the appropriate time and energy that you need to into this relationship, into your side hustle, into your job. It may be because you're feeling overwhelmed, that you have too much to do, that you need to narrow your focus, right? And the Seven of Pentacles, I'm seeing that like a sense of failed projects. Okay, or people are seeing you as not being able to complete something, or people are seeing you as frustrated, experiencing a lot of delays, and that's really keeping you away from some sort of victory here, Cancer. I don't want this to be a doom and gloom reading, right? And so we still have to pull more cards, but I have to tell it like it is, okay? So what's blocking your desires and your goals? We have the Six of Wands. Again, Cancer, I'm getting that some of you haven't been following through on projects that you started, that things got to be too much. It was too difficult. Maybe you've taken on more than, I've got this like feather dropping down. It's so weird. That's beautiful. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see that, but it was like this tiny little feather that just floated through. So again, remember, you're not alone. Yeah. Celestial beings are supporting us on this journey, Cancer, okay? Because I feel like this is going to be sort of a tough pill to swallow, the beginning of this reading. Okay, it's not an easy reading for us, Cancer. But the Six of Wands is a lack of victory. It's a lack of support. Okay, it's a lack of being able to follow through on something that you thought you would be able to do. Something that, a project that you started, a relationship that you started, something that you wanted to do. What's blocking you is not being able to follow through for some reason. But I feel like it's because you're experiencing so many delays and frustrations, and because you're juggling too much at this time. You really have to narrow your focus, Cancer, to be successful. And I truly believe you can turn all of these energies right side up. Okay? What you need to do to overcome these obstacles, we have the Six of Cups. This is bring a little bit of joy back into your life. I feel like, Cancer, you've been taking things really seriously. You've been working really hard. You've been trying to push through the difficulties, the traumas. You've been trying to push through the frustrations and the delays. And I feel like you keep running up against sort of a brick wall, or that's how you feel. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to relax. It's time for you to take some time for yourself. Remember, this time during this Leo full moon is to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Check in on your self-care, on your self-love. Are you eating properly? Are you drinking enough water? Are you meditating? Are you exercising? Are you doing the things that make you feel good? Are you engaging in the activities that make you feel like a kid again, that bring back that nostalgia, that happiness, that bliss, that joy? Whether that's painting, whether that's crafting, whether that's exercising, whether that's walking your dog, whether that's going to a dance class, whatever it might be. It's so different for all of us. Okay, but really, and also the importance of seeing the relationships in your life that are equal exchange, that are these partnerships are partnerships that bring you joy. Are you spending time with your friends and your family? Are you spending enough time with your siblings, right? I absolutely love spending time with my brother. We laugh, we have a good time, and it's always such a huge stress relief. We can be completely honest, and there's this sense of, when we were kids, we always played together, and as adults, when we come together, we recapture that. Not 100% of the time, but, and in this case, if I were to put myself in this position, it would be telling me loud and clear, spend time with the people that bring you joy, that make you laugh, that make you feel free, where it's not stressful, it's not intense, okay? I love that, and I think that's so necessary for us right now. Now, what you can do within in order to help achieve your desires. King of Swords. King of Swords is like taking no prisoners, taking no BS, standing in your authentic truth, speaking your authentic truth, being very, very black and white about what it is you need to do. So I think, Cancers, here, we really need to take an assessment. All right, we really need to take an assessment of what's going on, what we can and can't handle, and say sorry, goodbye to the things that aren't serving us, but also that are taking away from doing the things that we really need to do or that are our priorities. Okay, the things that are taking away from that, cutting them out, trimming the fat, whether that's people, whether it's responsibilities. Okay, I'm really seeing lots of 10 of Wands energy in my mind's eye. That Sagittarian energy of people asking you to do this, that, and the other, and you saying yes to all of it because you want to please them. Okay, but truthfully, now it's time to really take care of yourself. All right, we have to be real here, Cancer, and that's that King of Swords energy. Be real. Be generous to yourself. Stop overgiving. Stop overextending. Take care of yourself. Take some time for yourself to love yourself, to be happy, not to take things so seriously, but also trim the fat, lighten your load, okay? Now, what we can learn from the outside world or others to help us manifest our dreams, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands is a mess. This is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This is competition. This is fighting. It's a huge mess. Nobody's in charge. This is competition. It's like butting heads with somebody, either at work, within a relationship. It's power struggles. It's yuck. Cancers, we don't like that. We don't want that. We want this, right? We want happiness. We want comfort. We want joy. We want nostalgia. We want to be finger painting. We want to be baking. We want to be, snuggled up on the sofa with our dogs and our loved ones, watching Netflix and eating chocolate or whatever it might be, or drinking wine and eating pizza. That's what we want. We don't want toxicity. And this is like, and there's no real leader here. And so like the King of Swords energy, he's an amazing leader and a very generous leader. And he's very just and he's very truthful and he's very black and white. And I think you're learning from the outside world that not everybody acts like that, but the importance of getting rid of toxic people, relationships, behavior patterns, situations. You don't want to be with it. Some of you are cutting out friends. Some of you are cutting out lovers. Some of you are separating from long-term relationships. Some of you guys are dealing with family issues, okay, things that you had thought you had dealt with, but that are coming back around, that are creating a lot of sadness and sorrow and a sense of lack. And you're learning that. Okay, learn from the outside world. This energy is toxic and it doesn't serve anybody. Okay, it doesn't serve anybody. Step up to the plate, Cancer. Cut out those energies, right? And I feel like a lot of you are, but I feel like, you know, you're there's a sense like you're blocking yourself here as well. Like this victory is blocked because you really need to focus on what's best for you. Okay, and it might be time to put yourself in the spotlight. That Leo energy, put yourself first. Okay, how are people treating you? How are you treating others, right? Are people treating you like, you know, like their errand boy or errand child or errand girl, whatever it might be? And if so, how is that keep, you know, like, I'm just getting the sense of self-worth. I feel like some of you are very sad. You're emotionally disappointed. Okay, and it's really, and it's like, it's creating some sort of confusion, but it's like, it's just somebody or something is pulling you in so many directions, and it's creating so many delays and frustration that's not allowing you to come to a place of completion and wholeness, right? Your projected outcome, or our projected outcome, is the Seven of Swords energy. I'm happy this showed up in the reverse. Again, it's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. This is when somebody's taking from you time, energy, resources, love. They're doing something behind your back. Maybe you've felt it, okay? Maybe you've just felt that toxicity. You felt it in your surroundings. You felt it in your relationship, okay? But you couldn't quite put your finger on it, or you didn't have proof. Well, this is your proof, Cancer. Seven of Swords, things coming to light. This is putting an end to it. This is plugging up the leak, okay? Some of you might have a leaky aura. You might have been letting other people take from you, okay? Again, I feel like people sort of like using and abusing you, but like not in like this, not in like, you know, like physical abuse or, you know, indentured servants. But I feel like, you know, bosses or people are sort of taking advantage of your good nature and our tendency to overgive, and it's time to put a stop to that. And people have been getting away with it, and they're no longer going to be getting away with it, okay? Because things are becoming very, very clear. The Two of Pentacles, you're dropping the act, right? The Two of Pentacles is, you know, this person is doing a lot of work. It's very hard, but they're keeping this smile on their face. Right? And I think you're going to drop the act, Cancer. You're going to let people know how you're feeling. And you know what? Some people see Cancer as a very benign sign, but us Cancers, we know different. You do not piss off a Cancer, right? And I feel like you're going to drop the nice act. Not that we're disingenuous or that we're rude, but, you know, we give and give and give. We forgive and forgive and forgive. You know, we try to see both sides, etc., etc. But you know what? That time's coming to an end. All right. Yes. And we have the Ace of Cups pumping out. Love begins. I feel like this is self-worth. This is self-love. For some of you, you might meet somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but that's really going to sort of take you out of this energy. It's going to show you, you know what? I've been sort of anchored in this negative energy. No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. You're dropping someone or something. And you might be dropping someone or something. Again, somebody who is running around on you, someone who is lying to you, someone who is taking from you. Okay? Because, yeah, and you're just going to be done. I love that. 8. Positive movement forward. Look at you, Cancer. Goodbye. Walking away. Looking for your wish fulfillment. This is the 8 of Cups energy, right? It's like, you know what? I'm done. I don't need this. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm sorry I let things go this far, but I'm sorry because it really only affected me negatively. You were benefiting from it, but not anymore. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love it, Cancer. You know, moving on, going to find your 9th cup. What makes you happy? I love it. All right, balance, Libra energy. This is justice. This is karma. So don't worry, you know, karma's going to come back to all of us. But Cancers, I think you guys have been doing the right thing. All right, and you saw where you were blocked. You saw where you couldn't move forward in this relationship, at this job, whatever journey this was for you. I love the fact that we have an angel showing up here, because this angel is quite formidable. He's got his sword out of his sheath. He's got all of the elements, wands, pentacles, cups, and swords. He's finding balance. He's also, I'm really seeing the magician here, and you're manifesting this change. And it just took a wake-up call, right? I think you guys were feeling it. You couldn't put your finger on it. You weren't really sure. You maybe didn't want to sort of make a decision before you really knew, okay, until you got yourself together. Yep, and karma's coming. You know what? You deserve this new beginning. You deserve to find your wish fulfillment. You deserve to leave whatever was causing this situation. Not to say that we don't have a part to play in all of that. Look at that. Underneath the deck, I've got the 10, the Wheel of Fortune card. This is destiny. This is this is beautiful. Everything, like, you're going to move starting off at the beginning, this full moon and Leo energy, this February energy. I think you're going to be feeling kind of funky. I think towards the end of February, Cancer, you guys are going to be stretching those wings. You're going to be flying. You're going to be feeling free. The tides are going to be turning. I think you're coming out of a slumber. I think some of you are going to look back and be like, what was I thinking? Why was I like that? How did I stand for that for so long? And find that balance, you know, and you're going to get the justice that you deserve, right? Number 5, throat chakra. Really interesting energy. This is you speaking your truth, standing in your truth, standing in your authenticity, telling people like it is. I mean, I think you're going to, like, it's not always easy for Cancers to be super, you know, out and out about our emotions, or when we have to tell someone off, you know, I think we oftentimes ruminate about it. We sit with it. We don't like hurting other people's feelings, but it's not about them anymore, Cancer. It's all about us. Standing in your truth, speaking your truth. I love that comes on top of the Knight of Swords. You being the boss, walking away from this toxic energy. You know what? I wasn't getting what I wanted or needed, right? This was keeping me from success. You know, I put a lot of time and energy into this, and I just, you know, I'm going to cut my losses. But truthfully, you're not, you know, you are cutting your losses, but it's not a loss. Love begins, positive movement forward, balance, being and standing in your truth. Cancer. Yes. I love this. I love it. I love it. This is so beautiful. You know, and you're going to tell it like it is. You're dropping the act. That 2 of Pentacles. You know, we're not going to be Mr. Nice Guy anymore. Not going to sit here and smile, you know, just because that makes you feel better. That time is over. Cancer's picking up their weapons. They're picking up their weapons and moving on. I love you, my crabs. Okay. Here we have Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Number 6. 6 is our cards of love. All right. Yep. I think you know that. I think whatever this relationship was, or this job, or this situation, I think the foundation wasn't strong enough. I think you tried and tried to do it, but that's why you couldn't keep building on top of it. You know, so you're walking away, but now you're understanding, you know, whatever I get into next, whatever this Ace of Cups is, whatever I'm getting involved with, whatever I'm moving towards, I've learned that lesson, right? And I feel like it was a real karmic lesson or karmic completion here for you guys, or for us. You know, like now I'm going to do things right. All right, Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. You have a number 8. You have 2 8s on the ground. 8s are about manifestation. They're about abundance. Yeah. So, you know, oftentimes we have divine detours, or sometimes we think, why was I in that situation? Didn't I go through this already? Haven't I learned this lesson already? And Spirit's like, don't worry. These are divine detours, right? And we transmute that energy into something beautiful, into a learning experience, so that now we can lay a solid foundation for our success and our happiness. Okay. And abundance. Go Cancer. I'm so proud of us. I feel just really happy. You know, I feel really happy for you guys. Dropping the act. Authenticity. Speaking it. You know, nobody's going to be confused about how Cancer's feeling and where Cancer's going. Okay. Okay, parenting 63 breaks down to a 9. For some of you, again, this might have to do with your parents, or you might be parents. It's that original trine, their relationship between your mother and father might have been something that was affecting your love relationships, or, just, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But that's the original relationship that we learn from. And parenting also, I mean, I love this because I love how this new love begins. Spirit is really telling me, and I'm hearing that beginner mind, right? That Buddha saying of beginner mind, look at everything through the eyes of a child. And we have that here with the Six of Cups, that sense of innocence. So again, like no matter what you've been through, Spirit is saying, like you are like Spirit's child. And so take a look at this new situation through the eyes of innocence, not through anybody jaded, right? Not through, we know Cancer, you've been through a lot. Not only this past year, but in this past decade, you've been through so much, right? But don't let that take away, you starting out this new project, building a new foundation. There's mystery involved. These are divine detours, but try to look at it through the eyes of a child. All right, and communication 33. Love that. Okay, so 33 is another master number. It's the master teacher number. It has the most amount of influential power. It's about higher spiritual guidance, and it aims for expansion of consciousness and enlightenment. It's about unconditional service and sacrifice. And you need to think about terms and surrendering more to spirit versus letting your mind take over, and let your unconditional love be your guide. So I love that. Really, on top of that Six of Pentacles energy, it's letting love take over, right? Don't let the past taint your future, right? Don't let it anchor you in anxiety or negative thoughts. Again, don't focus on what you're running from. Focus on the beauty and the enlightenment and the love that you're running towards, or where you're going. The success, not the success that you didn't have, but look at how you're going to be successful from here on out, right? And that's what this journey is about. I've got a lot of yellow here. So again, Cancer, this is solar plexus chakra work. We do have the throat chakra as well coming out. But solar plexus chakra is all about standing your ground, setting your boundaries, speaking your truth, right, which is throat chakra, but also living that truth and aligning those two things and being authentic. That's going to be scary for some people, and some people aren't going. People are going to be like, wow, Cancer has changed, or why are you acting like that? You're not being yourself, when truthfully, you're finally being yourself. Okay, final message for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Support. Ta-da! I love this card. I meditate on this card a lot. Spirit, again, with this parenting card, this is you. This is Spirit saying you have more support than you realize. Okay, in the spiritual realms and in the 3D. Okay, you have people that love you, family, and if you don't feel like it, Spirit's like that you have your angels. Remember how we had that little wispy sort of feather fall through the beginning of this reading? Your angels, your spirit guides, they're all around you. They're supporting you. This is a divine journey. You're on the path to happiness. Yes, there are divine detours. You might not understand why. Don't worry about it. Focus on the love that's coming to you. Focus on the success that you're going to have. All right, Cancers, I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. Thank you guys for listening. I love you. Have an absolutely beautiful full moon in Leo.